Hi, Keegan. How are you?
I'm well, Leora. How you doing?
I'm very well. You're so exceptional on Reboot. I especially love those basketball scenes.
Yes,
And
that's my
then,
favorite.
yes, and then all of your scene work with Judy Greer. You two are so special on screen together. But I'm curious, what were some of your favorite moments to play?
Anytime the basketball stuff, first of all, you're right on. I love doing the basketball scenes. Those kids were
Yes.
terrific. Those young men were really terrific. And I think Caleb Worthy is an absolute gem. He's a very talented guy with a really, I hope people see more of his work with very broad spectrum of variety. He can do a lot of different things, and he's just terrific in this show. So Caleb is one lovely surprise. And then another thing is the scene that I got, those scenes where Reed and Gordon are getting drunk, where Hannah put them together in the restaurant.
Yes.
I mean, Paul Reiser is another, just a consummate professional and an all-around fantastic guy, on top of being incredibly talented. And I really cherish those moments where I got to work with him and do that stuff.
So tell me about some of your favorite memories from making this show and downtime with the cast.
Well, we really, again with Caleb, one of my favorite downtime
Mm,
moments. We were talking to him about his relationship, his with his girlfriend, and we
yeah.
said to him one day, he's like a little like comedy sniper, and we said to him one day, we said, Caleb, you're a young guy. How old's your girlfriend? He goes, 61. 61. Like, whoa, whoa. And he had us all for a second. It was one of those moments where we were like, what? He's lovely. And Judy and I have known each other for years and
Yeah.
made a movie together a few years back. And so we're both from Detroit. So I again
Oh,
cherish my time with her, and we have a lot of fun together. I respect her so much as an artist and a person who's a purveyor of comedy, who's just an expert at comedy. She's so good, and we became like a family really fast. We gelled
mm.
really fast.
Yeah, yeah, you could feel that on screen. So speaking of scene partners, you've had some amazing scene partners, amazing collaborators over the years. I have to give a special shout out to Meryl Streep and The Prom and Cecily Strong and Schmigadoon.
Yeah.
Amazing scene work with them. So who would you like to work with again that you've worked with in the past?
Well, if the opportunity came up to work with Meryl again, 100% I would. I would love it to be a completely different relationship. Maybe the opposite relationship. But she's because it's Meryl Streep. I would do anything. Play her shadow. But she's somebody who I really enjoy working with. And in regard to Reboot, to be I had always admired Judy from afar, and then we got to do a movie together, like I mentioned. We
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of scenes together in that movie, so this Reboot has really been a bit of a dream come true for me, because I just enjoy her work so much, and being able to work with her more frequently is an absolute pleasure.
Mm. Okay, so if you could reboot or reimagine any show, what would it be and who would you want to play?
If it's so funny, so many of the shows that I loved so much on TV, I the nostalgia gets in the way for me. So it's like I wouldn't even
Right.
reboot them. But I think if I was going to do a show, there was a show that that's a weird one, but there was a show I was a big fan of when I was a young man, like about 12 or 13 years old. There was a show on ABC called Manimal, and it was
Okay.
about a guy who could, like, he was a shapeshifter. He could turn into animals and stuff. But it was the 80s. It was the early 80s, and the effects were what they were then. But
Right.
think about what they do with CGI on TV now. Think about what they do on a show like Game of Thrones. If
Mm.
you think about, if I could do that show again now with the technology we have available to us, I think it'd be a completely different show. So that's kind of a deep cut, but it's a show that I remember enjoying a lot when I was younger.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for the art that you bring into the world. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time. Have a lovely day.
You too, Leora. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.